BuckeyeHuddle.com. Southern Swing continues. We're here in Vero Beach. Had a bit of an audible tonight. We were coming down for the Vero Beach spring game, and it got rained out about halfway through, so a little bit, I guess, into the third quarter. So we're doing this in the gym outside of the element, away from the elements. So, but we've got 2026 offensive lineman Champ Smith here with us. First of all, that was an interesting spring game, but you got in a lot of time. You got a lot of reps in there, 2.5 quarters. How'd things go out there?
We didn't execute the way we expected to, but we just running the ball. It wasn't very well, but we still tried to fight back. Defense stepped up for us, and they clutched up big time for us.
How helpful is it, though? Nice is it to be able to get out there and you're facing another team? It's not like an inter squad scrimmage. You played a team with a lot of Division I players on it. Just kind of get out there in the spring and kind of have that opportunity to see where you're at and get better.
It feels great, inter squad. In practice it's good, but like beating up on the same players, it kind of gets tiring. So going against that different opponent, it's real nice. It's kind of like a reward, like our coach Jankowski, he was saying. So it's a reward to be playing against a different team.
So as far as your game, where are you at now versus maybe where you were a year ago at this time? Where are the improvements, and what are some of the things you've been working on?
Well, a year ago I was coming back from an injury that I suffered last year in the state semifinal game at John Carroll, but I'm just working back through it, and now I feel like I didn't play my best in the game, but I still did my job, So that's where I am now from back then.
Are there things you're focused on this offseason, like individually in terms of just your game, or anything that like you're really kind of zeroed in on right now?
Just dominating my run blocks. Tonight I feel like I did an okay job with, getting my hands on the guy and driving him downfield, but I feel like I could have did a lot better.
Hey, that's a good attitude, though. You'd never be satisfied. With the performance, you could always find things that you could have done better. So,
yes, sir.
Okay, recruiting. You were at Ohio State this spring.
Yep.
Not your first visit to Ohio State, but tell us kind of how that visit went. What were some highlights and things that you enjoyed about that trip?
One of the highlights was getting a chance to hang out with Coach Mike and Coach Fry. I spent the majority of my time with Coach Mike, and he was a great tour guide around. He was just a great guy in general. He told me a little bit about his family, and sitting down with Coach Fry, we talked about a little what they run, because I noticed that they were running a little gap scheme, and that's not a lot of colleges do that. So he was pretty intrigued that I noticed that, and it's just a great feeling to get back up at Ohio State. Just felt like kind of like home.
How are things going with Coach Fry? He was one of many Ohio State assistants here tonight. How's that relationship going, and what have you seen from him so far?
When I stepped out the door, I just saw Coach Fry, and it was just like, dang, like this man's really down here to see me, which it's kind of big, that the head O-line coach of Ohio State is here to come watch me play. So I was pretty impressed by that, and I went out there and played my heart out.
Does that give you a little extra juice when the college coaches are here kind of watching you, whether it's a practice or a spring game?
Absolutely. It juices me up, hypes me up,
So Ohio State did have 3 coaches here tonight. It was Justin Fry, Jim Knowles, defensive coordinator, linebackers coach James Laurinaitis. So they were out in full force here tonight for Champ and for TJ Alford as well. How has TJ been with you since committing to Ohio State? Is he pushing the Buckeyes, or how's that been going?
Well, a little bit, but he's kind of telling me pick what's best for me, the best fit. He suggests that it's Ohio State, but basically it's just the best fit for me.
Just a casual suggestion?
Yes.
Never a little more than casual, just always a little subtle with it?
I love it a little more than casual,
Last time we talked, you did mention that Ohio State's definitely one of your top schools.
Absolutely.
But it is early. But what are some things about Ohio State that have caught your attention and kind of put them toward the forefront of your recruiting process?
I always liked them, and then having Coach Fry as an OC, it's just like not a lot of O-line coaches are the OC, so that kind of impressed me because it's an O-line fitted program, So just being in that type of program is just very attractive to me.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure you've got other schools recruiting you. What other schools have maybe built a good relationship with you so far, or you've had good visits there, whatever it might be?
UCF. I was there last Saturday, and me and Coach Hand, we were just going over a lot of film study, different type of techniques to block, and just getting a good feeling of UCF. I've been there a multitude of times, so it's real nice, getting back and experiencing something different.
Yep. When might you be back at Ohio State? I think we had this conversation before, but for people who don't remember, when are we going to see you back up in Columbus?
Some early June. I don't know which the specific date yet, so I'll probably announce that when the dates come out, because I'm going on a college tour. So we're going to driving up, the mid states and driving up to Ohio State. So it'll probably be out in a week or two. So I'll probably announce that.
Yep. Are you going to try and do a camp workout with Coach Fry? I know you did that last year.
Yes.
But are you going to try and do that again and work that in? And
absolutely.
I guess how important is that? Not so much that you need to show anyone anything, but how important I guess is that you get to kind of maybe get a feel for how your guys chemistry would be, I guess, as far as a coach-player relationship?
Yes, that's very important to me, getting back up there for camp, just getting coached by Coach Fry, and again, which gives me a good vibe, which the first time he did, but, you never know, it might be different the second time.
Yep. Anything you haven't seen at Ohio State, or something that you feel like you need to kind of complete a puzzle there to make sure that would be a realistic option for you?
When I went up there for the spring game, the next day I got a little glimpse of the campus. There was a marathon, so I didn't get to see the whole campus, but just seeing the whole campus and the dorms and where I will be. I'm majoring in criminal justice, so that area where I'll be spending most of my classes at, so just getting to see that, I'll probably complete my Ohio State gauntlet.
Yeah, you will have seen everything at that point.
Yes.
You're still coming for the Michigan game in November?
Absolutely.
I know you and your dad were pretty adamant that was happening. So,
yes, sir.
I'm going to see you up for a game in the fall.
Yep.
You mentioned last time we kind of had one of these in-person things that it may be tough for you to be able to say no to Ohio State. I mean, do you still kind of feel that way? Do you still feel like Ohio State's kind of the driving school right now, or is have other schools closed the gap? I mean, how do you feel things are standing right now?
Yes, like I previously said, it's going to be hard for a school to beat Ohio State, and but I'm just trying to find the best fit for me, and right now that's Ohio State.
Yep. So when will you ultimately find the best fit for you? Do you plan on doing this before your senior year? Do you plan on doing it maybe just right after your junior? Do you have any thought of that, or will it just be one of those things where I just feel like it's time now? Yeah.
Me and my dad were planning to do it when I can take my official visits, but I feel like when it's time, it's time.
Yep.
So
to be determined.
Yes, to be determined.
All right. Well, we appreciate you doing this, especially under the circumstances. We had to go back to the locker room with you and get it here set up in the gym. We appreciate your coaches doing that. Please thank them on your way out for letting us set up in here. But nice seeing you again. We'll see you in June.
Yes,
and again, thanks for doing this.
No problem.